Please subscribe show, YouTube.
Cole Spivey.
That was good. That's real good. Please subscribe show, YouTube.
Cole Spivey.
That was good. That's real good. Please subscribe show, YouTube.
Cole Spivey. Cole Spivey.
That was good. That's real good. That's real good. Please subscribe show, YouTube.
Cole Spivey. Cole Spivey.
That was good. That's real good. That's real good. Well, we made it to the Speedway. We'll be there in a minute.
Be ready for you at that second thing.
I'm at Raising Cane's, and the guy goes, "Is that all for you now? Is that all for you now?" After I place my order, "Is that all for you now?" That's not how you do it. You say, "And what else would you like? And what else would you like? And what else would you like? And what else? What else would you like? What else would you like? And what else?" Because "is that all for you" is a downer. It's "what else would you like? What else can I get you? And what else?" So there's a difference between the two. The difference. Hey cows, why don't you move? I got a butthole. Move! I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of March, but I have been seeing so many furniture drop off things. Just people dropping off furniture. Big time. I guess they're maybe leaving that furniture behind. Well, I just noticed how beautiful the weather is right now. We're in March 6th. I don't know if I set the date today, but I don't know. I mean, guess I'm gonna check out the 3 for 3 at 7-Eleven. It's not exactly the most healthy decision, but I'm trying to figure out what's included, or I've got an idea, and I'll tell you about it later, with the whole select grill thing, and the pizza, and all this stuff. I've talked to someone about it. Yeah, I don't know. They show the photo of the hot dog on the 3 for 3, and you get the soda, and you get the pizza. It's $3. I mean, I'm trying to figure out if it's 3 items. and then you get the free pizza. That's quite a feast for $3. So I'm gonna try to figure it out. I mean, I'm a little peckish. Yeah, I could just eat rice cakes, but this does require a little bit of energy. And I'm gonna see if you actually really do get the hot dog. Now, one lady said, no, you don't get the hot dog. So you get the griller, and then you get the pizza. So it's like, you know, oh my gosh, look at this. When I first went to Maine, state of Maine up north by Canada, that's the vehicle I was in through the winter until I upgraded to another one. Yeah, I was driving around in the back roads of Maine in a Kia Rio. I don't think it was an LX either. It might have been. It was a basic model. It was the first Kia that I had. It was a Rio. That thing was so light. Me and this other dude pushed it out of a driveway, out of an ice hole. The guy wasn't even an ice hole either. He was pretty nice about it. But we got it out of the driveway. It was stuck like in this, you know, this hole of ice kind of thing. And we were able to like push it out. But it was kind of, the way it was, it's hard to describe it. I was able to also gas it too and use, you know, some of the power of the vehicle to, you know, to actually get it out too. The thing was sliding around a lot. I finally upgraded to another model of Rio that was a broader base and more of a winter car that they sell up there in Maine. And luckily that one was more stable. Also, that car was built, that Rio model was built for warmer weather. It was really weird getting up there. It's a cool time though. I guess I was kind of cornered in a way. That's why I decided to write the book, Escape from Maine. And I knew after about 2 weeks of being in the wintertime, like right after December, I thought, I mean, I probably have to get out of this place, but it's going to take me some time. Because I was living in a small cabin and I had just started to apply for factory work and ended up landing in a place called Hardwood, which is in Guilford, Maine. Those are pretty cool, nice dogs. Anyway, so I ended up getting that factory job where I worked on the factory line, and it mostly dealt with wood products, everything from corn dog sticks to medical supplies, you know, like ear swabs, things like that. Weird stuff. Feminine medical. Anyway, I'll tell you about the book later. It's a long book. It's under my pen name, Ash Cole. Anyway, back to the book, Escape from Maine. I'm kind of selling that book too by doing this, but it was funny because there's a big emotional moment, which they ever make it into a movie, which I hope they do one day. And also, by the way, two major people that I would consider casting for the role of Burt Shavitz, who's no longer with us. He's the owner of Burt Bees. He was one of my neighbors when I lived in Maine, also in Parkman. The two of the main people that I could think of that could possibly play him, of course, is Woody Allen. Which would be my first choice probably. But Woody Allen's very old, but so is Burt Shavitz at that time when I was there in 2012. Shortly before he passed. Woody Allen would also, he'd be a great choice. If Woody wouldn't do it, then of course Larry David. Those are the two that I would think that would be great for the role of Burt Shavitz. But anyway, I did talk to Burt, and he's in the story, but he wouldn't let me videotape him because Isabella Rossellini at the time was doing or overseeing a project called Burt Buzz, which was about Burt and him living in Maine and things like that. So what ended up happening was I spoke with Burt and I said, well, hey, Burt, I've got a video camera. I'd love to come in and I'd love to videotape you and talk about Burt Bees and everything. And he said, well, I signed a contract with these Italian people. That's what he said at the time. He was a little confused. Isabella Rossellini was actually behind it. I signed a contract with some Italian people and they said that I can't have anybody film me at all. I cannot have any, secondary person filming me or anything like that. And I said, well, I'm writing a book called Escape from Maine. And of course, I'm probably going to write about this. I don't know for sure if I said that to him. But he did tell me the whole story of Burt Bees. He told me the whole story, from meeting Roxy to, going into the library, getting the book on ABC's XYZ of beekeeping, and finding out about making the candles, because he made candles first, and then eventually getting into the lip balm, which the lip balm is what pretty much made them the fortune. And also Roxy had a daughter, and Roxy being a big part of the business and also a big owner of the business too. I think she's still around. He also mentioned, I think, North Carolina, and then there's rumor that he gave me a bunch of money and I put it in one of those blue things like in Breaking Bad, buried it into the ground. That's just, I don't know if I can tell you the truth on that. That would be like, something that I would never reveal. But no, he did have a dog in the vehicle at the time when he was talking to me, and he did talk about his visit to Asia. It was an Asian place where he helped start a kiosk, which was actually in the documentary. So when he was talking to me, it was before the actual documentary, which I thought was cool. Whoops. I think this is... I wonder if I can go to the left right here. I think I probably can. I'm literally debating on running in there and taking a wee, but I'm gonna have to hold it off for a little bit. Those things smell too. You go in there and you hold your breath and take the wee. I'm gonna pass on that one. We'll be there a little bit. But going back to Time Monkey. Oh, I got sidetracked when I was talking about Escape from Maine. The emotional moment, going back to that. I think one of the emotional moments in the actual book, which could be a movie, hopefully, is when he finally trades in the little Kia Rio for a better model. And he looks back, walking away from the actual car. He looks back and he sees his old car. I think it actually, I don't know if it had Texas plates on it at that moment. It might have. I think it did, because my car was still under Texas plates whenever I first moved there. I think he looks back at it, and there's kind of an emotional moment because he's leaving that car behind, and then he gets into another car, which is more of a winter car. It's a stockier Rio. It's broader base, and it's all built kind of cool and everything. It's got traction control and all this stuff. So it's a kind of an emotional moment where he has to say goodbye to his old car, which was a car that he really liked, and kind of saying goodbye to the South life, and then moving into kind of the North for a while, because he knew he was going to be there for a while. That he wasn't going to get. He was not going to be returning back home. Samuel, or I think his full name is Samuel Camden III. Jonah Samuel Camden. Of course, his name is Jonah, which is suited because he's in a place just like Jonah and Jonah in the well, where he was taken somewhere and he had to go back. But Jonah realizes that he's not headed back anytime soon, that he's going to have to spend quite a bit of time in this rough, cold weather working in a wood mill. And eventually he does meet Burt Shavitz, and he does belong to a community theater up there in Dover Foxcroft, so he meets a lot of these other actors. He gets to do a play. It's a Christmas play. He gets to do another murder mystery play, and he does these plays and stuff, and it's kind of that story of a person going to a new place and meeting new people. Oh, not really Wizard of Oz, but kind of in that thing where you're away from home and you have to adjust to the new environment kind of story. Man versus, I would say environment, or man versus weather, or man versus nature kind of thing. It's kind of that story a little bit. But also man versus a new place to live and have to adapt to his new situation of being in a whole different type of climate with people that speak differently and act differently, and meets all these different kinds of people and stuff like that. That's the whole idea behind the story. There's a lot of stories like that. Shipping News is a little bit like that with Kevin Spacey. You ever seen the Shipping News? It's a little bit like that in a way. He goes to a cold environment. It's very different from where he was. He never thought it would be this way. Maine is not depicted on film very well. Not even in the Stephen King movies. You really have to go there to really get a feel of what a winter is like. It's a little scary. It's a little scary. I mean, it's big time scary. It could be very scary, especially if you've lived in the South your entire life. And the only other place you've really been is California, maybe New York. New York gets cold, but like Maine gets like 20 degrees colder in the wintertime. It's a different type of feel. It's a different type of cold. But anyway, that's kind of the idea behind the story. And he gets himself out. He finally leaves in the end. And there's a good ending to the story because he actually gets to go back to the South and start a family. And that's kind of the ending in a way. The ending can even start there in a way. And he's remembering going to Maine. Sorry, I hit something. But it could probably be something like that. So it's like a memory screenplay or memory movie. You know, they say that Tennessee Williams wrote like memory plays. So it's him remembering in a way. Even though at the time when I was writing it, it was happening then. You could debate on it doing it that way if you try to turn it into a screenplay, which I have not done. But it is sitting there under Fiction Press under Ash Cole. So if you go to Fiction Press, you just put in Ash Cole and Escape from Maine will be there. You have to find it. And it's in a lot of segments. So I put it all up in segments. And it is about 900 pages or so. And it is a lot of information. And I did change most of the names of almost everybody. A dove just flew over my head, cawed. It was really cool. What's the purpose of this thing anyway? Like to throw that in there or something? Or what is this thing? Are we like going mining for gold or something? Maybe this can go there like that. Yeah, that looks better this way. Yeah. Wish you could pop the trunk. The only thing is I can't really because it's missing a rod in the back. I ordered it from the dealership. They're supposed to call me. It's kind of making me mad.